Hi everybody, I'm Kirk Wan, president, founder of Wan Nation Music Group, Wan Nation LLC, and Wan Nation Entertainment Group. I started DJing when I was 15 years old, and it got me into this music business. My grandfather gave me a turntable, and I just started learning how to scratch on there. How I got interested in DJing was I used to go visit my cousins who used to live in Southwest Philadelphia. I used to ride my bike down there, and one day I went down there and I saw him like playing records and looked like he was messing records up by, scratching on there. So I said, what are you doing? Let me try that. Later on, I got bought for my birthdays, my 16th birthday, 1200 Techniques. And ever since then, it was a game changer. I would try to find innovative ways by doing it. And I was hearing cassette tapes floating around the city of DJ Cash Money and Jazzy Jeff, as everyone were talking about them as kids, that they were the hottest people around town. So I would listen to their tapes and study what they were doing. In Philadelphia, DJs were like a prominent thing. We kind of picked up that art where New York was doing mostly rappers at the time, and we had all the DJs. My cousin noticed, he thought it was their tape I was playing when I made a cassette myself. And I was playing it back for him. He was like, who's that? Is that their tape? I was like, no, I'm just doing the stuff that I hear them doing. It went on to a talent show, a high school talent show, and I was scratching up the record Good Times. We had a routine, and that talent show landed me popularity because I won the talent show with DJing. No one knew who I was in the school at the time. After that, it's like everyone knew who I was at that point. So it's been a journey since that time, and we're about to go through and explore and talk about the different roads and avenues to bring us to this record label. In 1990, I started, getting involved with more production. There was a local group in Atlanta that we recorded named Asiatic, and we recorded an album on them. It was put out by a local guy we knew named Rick Stevenson. That was my buddy. We became good friends, and he had a vision and dream that we could make something happen. And we did the best we could. We did a lot of shows after that album came out. I think it got taken as far as it could go with the funds it had at the time. And realizing this thing is a money game thing too. So I guess later on from there, I had to find other avenues to release records on. So, I found myself in California working with Belle DeVoe. Before that, I had went out there to do some scratching on some records for TLC Records. Some of the early sounds with the break beats and the loops and stuff was all a part of like the innovation of things that was being invented at the time, from, playing breaks and scratching them in. And I think a lot of people started trying to use that after that TLC project came out. And that was a phase for the time being. You had ABC and Boys II Men and those groups like that, which all was a part of the influential to that sound with those samples and loops in there. I hooked up with, keyboard players, and we started working on, production and stuff like that. And different songwriters would join in on the process, and there we'd just go into a recording studio and we'd start to get albums together. We had budgets and from record labels, and we just started doing it. I got really taken in by that. So ever since then, I've been really wanting that to happen. I like the fact that people can hear your song on the radio, and they just keep listening to it over and over because they love it. So I like to give that energy to where people will want to keep listening to your stuff. In 1995, Wan Nation came about because it was a joint venture publishing company with the major record labels at the time. I think I was working with Universal Music when I did a song with Immature, and that was where Wan Nation was first put in track record history. It's always been the name, but I'm just now branding it into full service record label versus just a publishing company. Here's where I see Wan Nation in 5 years. We want to be the label that a lot of people come to for answers and solutions. We want to be the source of where that stems from, and be able to provide a network of giving back to all the artists that's out there trying to make it and relive their dream, and understand that if there's a will, there's a way.